Hi, Jojo Aringa here to inspire you. Jojo Aringa here to share her life experiences with you. I always say this channel is about living, so we are exhausting everything about living, and today we are looking at friendship. Actually. In the last video, I said there are some questions that needed me to have maybe to like make a video fully about something to answer questions that were more than six. I mean, from like six different people, but asking almost the same question. So I think I picked it as an area of concern, and one of those questions was on friendship. This question was, have you maintained friendships since I mean friendships that were since you were a little girl? And I answered that. You can see that in my other video, yes. And the other questions were like, what role has friendship played in your widowhood journey? Others, did you lose friends when you gained the name or the tag widow? The other questions, I know people who became friends after your husband's passed on. How different are their understanding of your situations than in compared to the friends you already had before your husband passed on? So today I won't go into details of so much about me, but I'm going to talk about friendships in general because this channel is about living and friendship is part of living. So we are going to jump right in. First of all, a friendship is a relationship that starts at some point and don't necessarily last a lifetime because like any other relationship, friendships don't always last. And that is I don't know, when people hear friendships that don't last, I think they get like, yeah, why would I want to be your friend and we're not going to be friends tomorrow now? Like any other thing, that is totally fine if friendships don't last anymore. But within that time that you people are friends, it's good to always be at your best with your friends. Other important part of friendships is rupture and repair. By rupture, I mean this is the rupture is when a friendship is shaken, a friendship is full of disagreements, a friendship is still full of misunderstanding, and that is one thing that kills friendships most. And then the repair part is the part that you come into an agreement in a communication span and talk to each other and say this didn't work well and this has changed, and we apologize to each other, where somebody takes it into themselves and says, yes, I know I wronged you in this and this and I was wrong, and I apologize for hurting you in such a manner. And this is the most crucial thing about friendships, because any friendship that you have, it's a relationship that should be able to repair the ruptures in it. Just like when you see something that is really hurting you, you go to an extra mile to make the thing hurt more, or hurt less, or not hurt at all. And what do I say? Just like I've said, friendships are relationships, then relationships are worth fighting for and working hard for the relationships by understanding whatever the communication I'm going to put out there, how does it affect the other person, and being compassion about everything. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been ghosted by a friend? Because I think when I became when I got the tag Avido, I think there are friends of mine who ghosted me, which is totally fine. Because maybe uh, like I said, friendships don't always last. But I mean, ghosting can always be solved through meaningful and reasonable communication. I mean, communication that has a touch of compassion in it, But even before you go into that, always know that it's not always that the other person is going to understand your stand, and understand that I'm coming in with an open mind. We can end this today, or we can end it here because I don't want it to transition to be toxic, or we can work through it, the two of us. I major on looking at most of the time I'm looking at her why we lose friends, because I lost quite a couple of friends when I actually got the tag a widow, and I also got some eventually. I also made more friends later. So, what are some um, of the common factors that make friendship or made my friendships decrease or end to some, or just sulk to some extent? Some of them, one of the first reason is change of paths. Let me say there are friends I have lost along the way, not necessarily because I became a widow. There are friends I lost along the way because uh, we used to like go clubbing together when I was in campus, but some of them got saved and converted into church. Really, I don't want to mention a certain church, but the particular church, because the person would, if I go to the details, they would know it's them that I'm talking about. But they went into too much into religion, and we just grew apart. Whatever used to connect us could no longer make sense. They wouldn't want to be associated with people like us who drank and who loved the worldly stuff, as people put it, you know. And these are people that we used to be very good friends, but when the religion did strike in, and I don't know. I think we need to be very careful about religion and to what extent that people indulge. And the other one was just jealousy. The other one is jealousy, and the second one is jealousy and betrayal. I have had friends who were very, what is the word? What is the word to put it? Friends who don't want you to progress before them. They don't want you to have anything before they do. They can only be comfortable with what they already have, because they still feel you're still a step lower than them, but they don't want you to just be anything closer or a step higher than they are. So jealousy and betrayal, I know some, like some of them could not celebrate my success, and that's how we ended up falling apart over time. Another reason why friendships end is their shelf life ended, or the shelf life expired. This is totally normal. Nothing lasts forever to some extent. And when you realize we are in a place that our shelf life has expired, then it's time for you to move on and look at another way. And why do does shelf life expire? Maybe, for instance, before I became a widow, there are people who used to be friends of my husband, and they were really close with him. But now, when he is no longer there, the benefit they used to get, and they were friends with me as well over time, over years, because we were married for like 5 years, we were together for like 5 years or so. So there are people who used to look at it, and they benefited them, and now this shelf life has expired, and they never wanted to be involved to date. So some that's how some of the friendships ended. But that mostly I'm talking about family friends, not in my individual friends. Although even some of my individual friends, let me say, it's shelf life expired, and that is totally fine. The third reason of losing friendships is um, this is the fourth one. They were some of them were not your friends. Were not my friends to start with. What am I saying? Sometimes you may call somebody a friend, but in the real sense, they were never your friends in the first place. You were their friends, but they never saw you as a friend. And they never went to put it out that you and I and are just acquaintances and we are not friends. So you stay there investing and assuming that this is my friend, but in reality, those people are not your friends at all. Reason number five is that most of my friends, I think their interests change over time, and their paths as well changed, and they eventually acquired new interests. For instance, there are people I used to hang out with before I was married, but when I got married, some of those people we just grew apart. Our interests completely changed. Our hobbies switched drastically. they went into very different things. Like you see, a person like me, I stopped being a club person so much, and I started my interests in camping, in hiking grew. So I would do that more. But the friends, I mean, the people who were in the same level, I mean, my schoolmates, my classmates, I never got to hang out with my friends or attend their bashes when I was in campus at all. Remember, I got married when I was still in campus. So when I was in campus, I I didn't resonate with the things, their interest. Um, our paths just grew apart because on a perfect Friday evening, I would be on my way to Meru. My husband used to be at Meru then, and I would be back on a Monday morning, direct class. I would alight there and in Nairobi, and by just walk to go to class. I mean, in Nairobi to class for the campus. So even lifestyle changes when you like when I also got married, our lifestyles changed. Then they would go maybe like let's say for a road trip all the way from Nairobi to maybe Nakuru, Naivasha, you know. And now I'm a married woman. I think you understand what I mean. Let me say that our interests just changed and our lifestyles changed, which is totally normal. I know the moment you get married, your circle reduces, and that is totally fine. And especially because you cannot resonate with people who are not married, they don't know what it is to maintain a home, what it is to be in a relationship that you know this is a lifetime commitment and I need it to work and I need to sort things out. We need to figure out where we're going. And then they're still jumping from one place to the next, not very serious. So it's always expected that when you get married, your friends are going to change, your lifestyle is going to change, and everything will change. And that means as well the how close you are with your friends is always going to change. The other reason is that people just some people are friends, but they just stopped trying. You know, people grow apart to some extent, but the moment people stop trying to maintain a friendship, then that friendship was most likely bound to fail. And that friendship is most likely going to fail because I can be your friend. I'm trying to communicate all the time. That I mean, all the time I try to reach out to you. You move to a new town. I'm still trying to reach out to you. You get a very different lifestyle. Still, I try to maintain our friendship. But if you're not trying from your end, there is no way you're going to. Yeah, there is no way we are going to maintain this friendship. And this also the just people just stop trying part also comes with pride. Some people maybe the just trying part was initiated by um a bad conversation you had, a bad rupture that you had before, and people are not willing to go out of their way and apologize. You let out what you feel about something to someone, and their pride will not allow them to apologize, you know, to apologize and say they actually really hurt you. And I want to say, if you're a friend to someone, you want to be a friend to someone, you have to accommodate the fact that people hurt each other and people always need to apologize to each other. Some people are too proud that they can't even go back and reconstruct the fact that they hurt the other person's feelings and apologize. Because if somebody is trying to be your friend, they're trying to reach out, it is going to be one-sided. Once it is one-sided all the time, the person will get tired, and that's how most of the friendships end. For me, I try to keep in touch with my friends. Sometimes I just say hi and I'm just checking on you. I hope life is good with you, and that is pretty much enough. But when I realized I'm doing this over and over, and the people will never check on me, then I know that that friendship has expired, and that is totally fine. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to know what you think about friendships. I want to know the things you've struggled with through friendships and the things that have really worked for you. So kindly share with us. Let us know what you think about friendships. Let us know what some of the things, the betrayal, the rumors, the gossip. Let's know what happened through your friendship journey and your experiences with your with the people you call friends. For my closing remarks, I want to say any imbalance of a connection sucks, and it needs to be addressed and communicated in a reasonable manner. If it is not communicated and addressed in a reasonable manner, then that is how your friendships will fail over time. Then I want to say it's okay to have few friends, it's okay to have many friends, but to sum it up and answer your question about my relationships after I was I got the tag a widow. My relationships have been quality over quantity, and I think that is working very well. My friends know I'm all out there, and they know when we are when our friendship is a friendship, then you know it's a friendship. When our friendship is just an acquaintance, then you know we're just acquaintance. And I want to end this. I want to say thank you for watching, always keeping it here. Thank you for the support. If you liked the video, smash the like button, share what you feel about the relationships that you've had, share what you think about what has worked and what has not worked in your relations, the jealousy, the gossip, the obsession. Let me just know how things are working out for you, and keep the comments coming. I love it, and I'm going to give a shout out to Helen Irungo. Thank you for always watching, and you are my number one. If you liked the video, smash the like button. Let me know that you give me a thumbs up so that I know that I'm doing something good and I know that I'm making sense. So I thank you so much, and subscribe. Remember to subscribe. Remember to invite your friends
Right
here.
there on top of the moon, we could sit and do nothing. I wish we were bold to just fly away.